Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Haraka Kodash, double honors to the elders, the apostles, our great Milson, I surely do well. Salutation to all Yakim that push this without the sincerity and in truth. Right, it's Brother Lamad, right, from GMS Trinidad. Want to do a little quick video, alright, you know, on the plantation here, you know, and hey, to the spirit of God, the Most High, Bashem Yahushai, I say, you know, do a little video. Might be a little noisy because I'm by the roadside. Alright. And just want to go into 2nd Ezra 15. I'll start at verse 12. It says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. Alright. Modern day Egypt is America. Alright. This is where the children of the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the Israelites came to serve slavery. Alright? Pursuant to Deuteronomy 28 verse 68. I'll get out really quick. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. It says, And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. Alright, so when it says that the Most High going and bring us into Egypt again, Egypt is the Greek way of saying, you know, back to bondage basically. Alright, or slavery. Because the original name there was Metazarium or Mizrim. Mizrim being one of the sons of Ham. Alright. And there is where the children of Israel first served slavery, according to what the Most High tell our forefather Abraham, that we will be a stranger in a strange land, basically. Alright, and we shall serve our next nation, and we will be oppressed. Alright, so America is spiritually called Egypt because of the vibration or the energy that America push when we were on the plantations, right, the cotton fields, alright, sugar cane, or what you may have it as that we serve over here, being servants to the so-called white man, which is Esau. Alright, where the scripture also said in Genesis chapter 27, when Isaac give Esau his blessing, it said that he'll break the yoke. Right, that is going back from the Byzantine era, going into the Renaissance, where Esau would actually now take down Jake and come out of the abyss, going back into the book of Revelation also. Alright, where Esau now will be ruling for a period of time. Alright, it says, And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more. What we ain't going to see no more, our homeland over there in the Middle East, right, the land of Israel, where now we have strangers in the land, pursuing back into Ezekiel 35 verse 5, mainly Esau, right, which is Edom, Idumea. Alright, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. So yeah, over on this side, or the Western Hemisphere, we serve slavery under the hands of the so-called white man. Right? When it means that no man shall buy you, because obviously if you're being sold, alright, somebody going to buy it. But buy there mean what? No one is going to save you. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Farrakhan, Nat Turner, alright, Black Lives Matter. Nobody, the scriptures say that who going to pity the old Jerusalem? So, whether of our own or whether of the other nations, nobody never really cared about the Negroes, Latinos, and natives. Everybody just basically putting up a front. Alright? But this is Egypt. So the reason why the Most High Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Haraka Kodash, going and punish Egypt is because they touched the apple of his eye. Zechariah 2 verse 8. Alright? Also in Jeremiah, Israel was holding his son to the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Whosoever touch him shall offend. Alright? So America has offended. This is why the Most High tell them, come and sit down in the dust. Or sit down in that confusion. There is no throne for thee. Because America, as much as Donald Trump pushing this, America is not going to be great again. Alright, the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushai have already purpose what is going to happen to this great harlot city. Alright. Back into 2nd Ezra 15. Alright. So it says, 2nd Ezra 15 verse 12, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations of it shall be smitten with a plague, and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful consolation. Alright. So the seed of the ground like going back to the vintage. Alright. Scripture said that what the vintage shall cease. So that time when and come that the Most High going and send a famine, whether it's a natural or man-made famine. Because these people, they're going to look to hoard up all the food supplies of the earth, all the seeds and everything. Alright. So the ground also, the Most High going to send curses right over here in Trinidad and Tobago. The Most High send an earthquake, and it basically, frig up the farmlands. The farmers lost all their crops. They lost a well because the earthquake cracked up a well that they basically made. All the water gone. The equipment can't pass through the lands because the road basically was being destroyed. Alright. So prophecy is just coming to pass. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. So that goes to everybody. Alright. But the Most High going and pardon the hopeful elect. Alright. And these people from these other nations who going and be basically saved, they're going to be saved for slavery, because a lot of them going and go in the underground bunkers when the nuclear bombs are being shut off. Alright. For the sword, which is the ICBM nuclear missiles, right? Also the guns, the weaponry that the so-called white man has invented. Right? Probably with the help of Jake, because guess what? The scripture says Jake is the former of all things. I mean, the so-called white man blessing is the sword. Alright, and the modern day sword is the gun. Right? And their destruction draw it nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Alright, now, hey, one of the reasons why I actually brought out this too was for this particular precept. Because you know what? Right about now, America, the United States, which is Egypt, or Babylon, or Assyria, alright, or Rome, they're planning a false flag with Colombia, right? So they could basically come in and say, hey, the false flag is, let me just basically explain from what I heard of the news, alright, is that the Colombians will basically go by the Venezuelan border, between the borderline there, and basically start some kind of shit and make it look like if the Venezuelans shot after them first. So what going on go on there, when they basically start that little rivalry there with Venezuela, right? America could now come in and say, hey, well, the Venezuelans was getting on aggressive and they attacked the Colombians, which is our allies. So we go in there to help our friends, all right? So they could get to infiltrate Venezuela, because all they want is the natural resources of Venezuela. This is the reason why they planted this false flag. All right, and guess what? The Colombians and the Venezuelans are brothers, right? According to the scriptures. All right, the tribe of Asher, which I believe the both of them is probably the tribe of Asher. All right, but it says one people shall do what? Rise up. One people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. All right, so right by the borderline there, you're gonna have the Colombians against the Venezuelans. That is one people with another, all right, with swords in their hands. With the modern day sword, the gun, and they're going to be fighting against one another, all right. And guess what? This is going to cause a whole set of problems now for the Latin America countries, because other countries just might get involved. Brazil might get involved. Cuba might get involved. So that is 2-on-2, because they'll have the Venezuelans who the Cubans who backing the Venezuelans. Colombia and Brazil will be backing Brazil will be backing Colombia, Slovakia, right? Which America will be backing them. Russia will be backing Cuba and Venezuela, right? Uruguay, if I'm not mistaken, Uruguay was neutral in the whole telele, so they mightn't really pick any side. Who knows who they might jump on? My closest bet, they might help Veni. Mexico, Nicaragua, these countries down with Venezuela and Russia, basically. And that would then cause a whole problem here in the Caribbean for us Caribbean people. Hey, that is why the scripture also said in Jeremiah 6 verse 1, flee out of the midst of Jerusalem, O ye children of Benjamin, because according to the scriptures, we are the children of Benjamin. Alright, mainly. Alright, because they still have other tribes mingled within. Alright, and guess what? That's going to have an effect on the Caribbean where we in the Caribbean are going to have to pick sides, because when you think about it on a geographical scale, the Caribbean is the smallest and they're in the middle of the whole business, which Benjamin was the smallest tribe in Israel. Alright? And Benjamin, when you really check it, Benjamin was in the middle of blasted Judah. Alright? So, that's going to have a great effect. So that whole plague that the Most High is sending will be scattered throughout all the world. Right? Now you're going to have Pakistan against India. Saudi Arabia and Israel against Iran. Alright? Turkey with Russia right about now, and Italy. You know, who knows? Italy and all sound like they're looking to basically, they're not really done with NATO. Alright, if I'm not mistaken, because they said that they're not voting or backing Guaido. Let these people basically, you know, deal with their own situation. Right now the UN basically going against America. Alright? They basically saying America committing war crimes. Because why? America meddling people affairs. Right now the UN telling America to basically leave Venezuela alone. But guess what? They want to you know, go ahead with the Monroe Doctrine. The Monroe Doctrine now is where the United States of America could do what they want on their side of the hemisphere without having to listen to the United Nations or you know, Britain or NATO. This is why the scripture is on point, right? Because Revelation 17, going on to the last few verses there, all right, said these shall hate the whore. And right about now, you seeing that NATO and the EU, you know, even though they're wicked as hell, America is being rebellious to NATO and the EU. All right, we don't have Turkey, which is a part of NATO, going against America, because America is backing the Kurds, which Turkey do not like the Kurds. Italy basically saying, guess what? I not done with this Juan Guaido stuff. Let these people have their own elections to solve the problem. All right. So you seeing that basically it have certain people that are turning against America right about now. Yeah, they might back America and go to war with them, whatever the case is. But at the end of the day, according to the scriptures, NATO and the EU, they're going and shoot missiles after America. All right. So yeah, that is why it says, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, right? Which the main sword that they're going to use is what? The ICBM nuclear missiles, right? Verse 16, verse 16, Salakia, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. So right about now, Colombia, they're going to look to invade Venezuela along with America. America invaded everybody that's in the country. That is just America. Alright? They are the bullies of the earth. Alright? They shall not regard their kings or princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Right? A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Right? So that's going back into the time of martial law. So, you know, where they're going to be barricaded off certain sections, like in here in Trinidad, they might barricade off Sawa, that he ain't be able to go in Sawa, they might barricade off Arima. That he ain't going to be able to go in Arima, they might barricade Port of Spain, which is the capital, where you mightn't be able to go into the vicinity of Port of Spain. Alright? So, hey, all of these are prophecies that are coming to pass. Right? But watch out for that false flag where Colombia, you know, they might look to change their plans because the news done out. They might look to change their plans. Alright? But, you know, you really have to look out for Colombia looking to invade Venezuela just to cause that action, because guess what? The time going and come that the prophecies or the scriptures have to be fulfilled. The Bible have the whole blueprint for everything, and it's going to happen. Alright? Hey, the scripture say in Titus chapter 2, alright? Or Titus chapter 1, if I'm not mistaken, the Most High is a God that he cannot lie. Alright? This is one thing that the Most High cannot do. He cannot lie. Right? The word has already been spoken out of his mouth. And whatever the thing Most High speak and command, it does not come back to him void, according to Isaiah 55 and verse 10 and 11. Alright? So the prophecies are being fulfilled. It's going and have darkness are coming up on the face of this earth just now. Alright? Your only trust is in Yahweh Hashem Shai, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know? And with that, I want to say shalom to the hopeful elect. Alright? Peace and blessings. To all these men, all praises to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Araka Kadash. Alright? Until then, I'll say shalom to the elect. Alright? And death to Babylon, which is America.